Russia and Ukraine are at war for the past 2 years. The entire Middle East is on edge following Israel's war against Hamas, Hezbollah, and Iran. The US is occupied with its presidential elections. Could some minds in Beijing think that this could well be the time, the perfect moment to invade Taiwan? This is Quick Take, your quick guide. I'm Smita Prakash. The Chinese President Xi Jinping has asked troops to boost their war readiness. According to the state-run broadcaster CCTV, Xi said, and I quote, "The military should comprehensively strengthen training and preparation for war, ensuring troops have solid combat capabilities," unquote. Why is China preparing for war? What is China threatened by? Is there more to China preparing for a conflict than mere posturing? Recently, China and India have partially resolved a long-standing boundary dispute and agreed to implement coordinated patrolling. Some see it as a historic agreement, and others are wary about hoping for too much from China. China is not threatened by any country at its borders, but still it prepares its people and troops as if a war is round the corner. Remember, Xi Jinping's statements come just days after Beijing launched large-scale drills around Taiwan. Taiwan has governed itself independently since 1949, but Beijing views the island as part of its territory. Meanwhile, the people of Taiwan consider themselves a self-ruled state and do not identify as part of mainland China. Would be pertinent to recall that China ended liberties in Hong Kong when the world was least expecting it, amid a deadly pandemic. Could China attempt to take over Taiwan while other countries are embroiled in their own conflicts? In October, the Chinese military held large-scale exercises around Taiwan, claiming that it was a warning to the separatist acts of Taiwan Independence Forces. Beijing deployed an aircraft carrier and 125 warplanes. China's defense ministry said these drills were a response to Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te. He has repeatedly refused to concede to Beijing's demand that Taiwan recognize itself as part of People's Republic of China. These drills came just 4 days after Taiwan celebrated the founding of its government on its National Day. Taiwan's president has stated that China has no right to represent Taiwan and has committed to resisting any annexation or encroachment. To flex its muscle, China frequently sends military aircraft and its naval vessels around Taiwan. The US has been backing Taiwan and is not ruling out using American military force to defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion. But why do both China and the US want control over the island of Taiwan? The answer lies in chips. Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company, TSMC, is one of the largest semiconductor companies in the world and the most valuable in this sector. It controls about 55% of the global market for contract chip manufacturing. From smartphones to aircraft, everything relies on chips. Whoever controls the production of these chips could influence the New World Order, which is why both China and the US have their eyes on Taiwan. Returning to the question of invasion, will China launch a full-scale war against Taiwan? The chances are slim. Beijing appears to be flexing its military power to gauge how the US would respond. China is unlikely to launch a war amid a struggling economy. Instead, China may seek to isolate Taiwan, weaken its economy, and push it towards submission to the Communist Party's will. Taiwan and its 23.9 million residents watch while their leadership tells China to, quote, "cease military provocations that undermine regional peace and stability and stop threatening Taiwan's democracy and freedom," unquote.